Hello. Not done a video in a wee while, but I thought an update on my Corsa was long overdue. The last time I'd updated it was, I think, when it just completed its first journey in its new engine up my street. That was in April 2018. So I haven't done an update on it since then. Really felt I should. So after the new engine went in, got its MOT, and last year, particularly, it was the good, nice dry weather. I very quickly put about 1,000 miles on it. No trouble at all. No real issues with the engine whatsoever. The only one thing I realised that it probably needed was a new timing chain, but I thought it can earn that. So it certainly did earn that. Went to a couple of car shows. One of them was way down in Dumfries. No problems at all. Also passed its MOT without too much bother as well. Laid it up for the winter, got it out this year, so I thought, right, okay, it's earned its timing chain. So I got it MOT'd again this year, and got the timing chain and guides replaced, together with the oil again, obviously. Not had much chance to drive it this year. I think I've only had it out twice since then. Sounds a bit daft. Don't really like taking it out in the rain very much, because at that point there is some rust under it, which I have treated and repainted and re-undersealed, but just worried if I start using it in the rain, it's just going to start causing, expensive welding bills. I will get it sorted correctly one day, but for the time being, I would rather just drive it in the dry. So other than that, it's going absolutely fine. So what we'll do is I'll start it up, and we'll go outside, and you can hear the engine. You then can compare it with a video earlier in my feed from a couple of years ago. I think it was 2017, of the engine when it had the small end knock. Obviously you probably haven't, you might not have looked at the previous video, you probably haven't. So there was a small end knock in the Corsa after a string of problems. It cut out one day, restarted, it was tapping really loudly, and I just thought, you know what, just stuff it, I'm just going to drive it home. If it blows up, it blows up. It kind of quietened down a bit, but ever since then at light throttle it had a really pronounced tap. Spent a fortune on cams, timing chain replace, nothing would cure it, and then I put a metal bar against the engine and my ear against the handle of it, and it was quite clearly the piston closest to the gearbox that was chapping away. So I thought, right, okay, what I did was I went out and got in touch with a chap that builds Corsa stock cars. He takes the shell, he pulls the engine out, puts his own engine in. The car that he got had been basically condemned because the alternator had seized. So what he did was he took the alternator belt off, ran it up and down his private track that he's got, and thought, well, that engine's really good, I'm going to sell that. So hired a van, got a pallet, some straps, went down to his, picked up the engine, also bought an engine crane, and over the course of the winter I disconnected and labelled everything from the engine, and slackened off, cracked off all the bolts, and then two of my friends came and helped me lift the old engine out, put all the new ancillaries that I'd put on the old engine onto the new one, and refit it. Couldn't have done it without their help, so thanks Neil and John, really appreciate that. Ever since then it's been running absolutely fantastic. Also left the gearbox in when I was changing the engine because there's so much room to manoeuvre around it. I just thought that was the easiest thing to do and didn't have to faff about taking drive shafts out or gears linkages. So to the new engine, or the replacement engine, I fitted, so it's had the new timing chain, but it's also had things like new EGR valve, I put a new clutch and release bearing in it as well. And the old clutch was okay, release bearing was a bit noisy, but I just thought, well, it's out. Also had to transfer the flywheel from the old engine to the new one, because apparently it was a 1 litre automatic, so progress in that one must have been glacial, even more so than this. But so fitted all that, put it back in, and really, touch wood, I've had absolutely no trouble with it since. It's a wee bit slow to start. I think the starter motor is tired. That was the only thing I didn't take from the old engine, but it has no trouble starting. It's just that the starter motor seems a little bit slower. But it still starts first time. Other than that, there's a slight rattle from the sort of gearbox side of things, an ever so slight tinkling sound, but I'm filing that under ignore for now. So let's start it up and let you hear the difference. So let's go outside. So we're outside now. A wee rev. %100% better. We'll have a quick walk around the car as well. Let's just turn it off. Another nice night at the Vauxhall wheel. Let's get it in shot. See it? Ah, there we go. So, since I got the car in 2010, there's not really much on it that is original. 60mm springs all round, PI dampers in the front, FK shocks in the rear, new front cross member welding to the back valance, obviously the new engine, new radiator, new interior, roll cage. It's had some paint done to it, new arch trims. What else? Couldn't get the steering wheel off, so I just put an Opel centre in that instead. What else have I done to it? Can't think. New exhaust, hunters. The only thing original really now is the shell. Just take a quick walk around it, try and keep it in shot. Try not to. Oh, the sun's bothering us now. Just quickly. I'll get round to the other side so we can actually see it without you getting blinded. There we go. I think it sits pretty nice. For those of you that don't know, I've also got a Renault Clio 172, so I've no plans on doing any kind of engine conversion to it at all. Let's see what. Yeah, just put your elbow in the way in. That colour, satin red, comes up really well in the sun. Yeah. No more plans for it, just take it to shows. And I'll just continue to enjoy it. Yep. Pretty pleased with how it is at the moment. Let's see if we can turn you around.